This is a blue Tesla Model S P85D. So basically, I'm going to redo the video that I did before so I can show you more editing. I'm shooting this video off of iPhone 6 Plus. And I like doing that, because I like showing off the advanced camera abilities of the iPhone 6 Plus. I don't use Galaxy phones. So anyway, I just put back the white P85D, and I want to show you the blue P85D. Beautiful color, right? You gotta love it. Tesla has a flair for marketing that, and it's really sad because Tesla's a great company. They're making great products. I'm extremely impressed with the speed and the handling of the P85 and the P85D. I'm extraordinarily impressed. Now, I'm an SRT lover because I like the, the Hemi engine and everything. And I'm a traditionalist, like I like engines. But if you are a person who wants a high performance car that can outperform cars that are $300,000 and $400,000, and you don't want to have to pay top dollar in fuel, getting around all types of gas guzzler taxes and all types of costs normally associated with performance cars that use gasoline, well, then Tesla just might be something you want to look at. This car tops out at $135,000. With taxes, you're adding about another in between 10 and 15, depends upon where you live. Some of you pay like alternative minimum taxes, so some of you won't get the rebates. But the simple thing is, if you compare it to other cars that right now use gasoline, what you'd find is that the BMW i8 costs more than this car does. And the BMW i8 starts closer to 137, or I should say with equipment, it's a little bit higher. And then on top of that, you're going to pay a premium because of the fact that right now the demand is so high that those things are flying off the shelves pretty much. So the BMW i8 is actually more expensive than a Tesla P85D. The Tesla P85D gives you all-wheel drive. The i8 gives you all-wheel drive. The only difference is this car is much faster than the i8 BMW. So, with that said, there are not many other options. Unfortunately, Fisker, they made a kind of interesting product, but they never really got anywhere with it because it was too goddamn small. Tesla did the smart thing and they say, hey, let's build a car big enough for tall people. Let's build a car big enough for a family of 4 or a family of 5 to get into. And I really did like the Fisker Karma and its ability to recharge using its gasoline generator, similar to the Chevy Volt and the Cadillac ELR. Unfortunately, it was too goddamn small. So what you have here is a gigantic car that a whole family can fit in. And because a whole family can fit in it, that is what makes it special. Then add in the all-wheel drive, and you got these really high-speed 155 miles per hour, which obviously I wasn't going to videotape myself doing because, the cops might try to use that as like evidence or something, and right now in New York City. But these are beautiful, beautiful vehicles. I'm waiting to see the Tesla Model X, and I don't know how long we're going to have to wait for that. It looks like it's going to be 2 years at least. I don't know how long it'll be until they start demoing these cars. But the Tesla Model X is going to break up the monotony of just having the Model S available. And supposedly they have what's called the Tesla Model 3 coming, and the Tesla Model 3 is going to be a more affordable version of this car. Now, the thing about it that amazes me most is the American innovation of the platform. The platform that this car rides on can be modified to fit just about any vehicle design and need. That, to me, is incredible. More incredible than the actual body on the car that's sitting on top right now. The platform is really what's going to put the company on the map, where the entire battery is the entire flat span of the car. And it causes the car to have such a low center of gravity that it's very difficult to roll this car over, even more difficult than high-performance sports cars like the Aston Martin DBS. And I think this car has a lower center of gravity, partially because of all that weight and the lowness of the battery, but I think it has a lower center of gravity than some Lamborghinis do, which I find that's absolutely incredible. But the thing about it is, at $135,000, The all-wheel drive is adding $10,000, actually it's $11,000. It adds between $10,000 and $11,000 to the total price of the car. You can de-option the P85, so you can get the all-wheel drive, and you can get the all-wheel drive. This is you can get the all-wheel drive feature where you see where it says dual drive motor. That's $11,100. They said that you can de-option these cars, where you can take certain features off in order to make it a little bit cheaper. But my thing is, if you're going to spend that kind of money on one of these cars, you might as well go all out, right? And that's, you know, and my only other problem is the fact that you actually have to have these badges just so anybody will know what you're driving, because otherwise they'd assume that you had the 60 or the 85. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful car, and for America to be turning out products like this, which I find incredible, because most people who hate on American cars, who make fun of me for buying an SRT Jeep or an SRT 300, most of the people who make fun of me for having an American car love Tesla. And somehow Tesla is considered, they're considered out of the box. They're considered not an American car maker, which I find absolutely incredible. Maybe it's because Elon Musk, I don't know, whatever. But whatever it is, it's still a beautiful car, and apparently everybody likes them, and that's just what it is. So basically, now that I've made this video longer, I'm gonna show you some acceleration, and you know, hopefully you like what I have to show you. These are the brakes, brake rotors, regenerative brakes. You can turn off the regenerative ability so that the car will coast instead of just coming to a dead stop, because these are electric motors. It takes a little bit of getting used to drive an electric motor car. This car is extremely quiet, but what you do hear is tire and road noise. So driving one of these silent cars really does take some getting used to. But yeah, okay, on to the next part of the video. So as you see, you have power seats, power tilt and recline seats. These are sport buckets. You have power telescope, power tilt and telescope wheel, power doorknobs, power door locks and whatnot. Charging cycles completed. So, for anybody who hasn't seen one of these cars before, because you live in a country where you can't get it yet, well, basically, this screen up here lets you know that you have a P85D, charge cycle 242 miles range. Because of the heater, or because of the heated seats, the range can obviously decrease. They haven't put cooled seats in these cars yet. Hopefully they do get those, or at least get some active ventilation. You can set pretty much everything in the car. You can set the charging. I'm going to turn the phone in portrait mode because of the portrait mode of the screen. But anyway, you can set pretty much all of the features. And being able to set the features, you can optimize it for your house. So if you have a specific voltage in your house, it will automatically adapt itself to that, as you can see. And there's a lot of features here. For instance, Wi-Fi built in. A lot of cars are getting that now. As you can see, you have the standard heating and cooling control. You can turn the climate off by pushing this button right here that turns climate on and off. So basically it's a very touchscreeny system. Now, one thing I will say, when they do redesign this car, what would be really nice is if they did like the Mercedes S-Class W222 and stretch this screen maybe across, or put this screen higher and make this screen a touch screen as well. Now, they could put very, very simple features on that screen, but that would be very interesting. That would be very nice, I think. So that's something to consider. So back to this. Okay, very minimal buttons right here. Hazard light button right here. You have the glove compartment. I always like these pop open glove compartments. I love those. Now you have the web, where if you're sitting still, you can use the internet, you can go online and whatnot. You have the rear facing camera. The rear facing camera and the either screen can be swapped. There's a little button right here that allows you to swap screens. So you can put that on the bottom, you can put the other one on the top. Very pretty much simple interface. From a distance, even if you don't have great eyesight, you can still pretty much see the screen pretty easily. Media, you got radio and whatnot. You got radio stations. I'm not going to get any music in this because the thing about it is YouTube messes with you if you put music in and it's not licensed and whatnot. So no music. Then you got navigation and whatnot. Typical navigation map. Calendar. You can set up the calendar so it can remind you of stuff and everything. If you got shareholder meetings or if you've got a doctor's appointment. Nice and simple, right? Now, energy is my favorite because, you know, if you've got a car this fast, one thing, everybody thinks you'll be speeding in this car. I'll tell you right now, this car accelerates so fast. It accelerates faster than both of my cars. And the simple fact is it accelerates so fast that you probably wouldn't be speeding a lot in this car. And it gets scary almost how fast and silently it accelerates. It accelerates so fast, it's like riding a bullet. I mean, it's fast. It's faster than a Ferrari. It accelerates faster than the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, although it won't exceed 155 miles per hour with the current settings. But this thing accelerates so ridiculously fast that there's no gas engine, no regular street legal gas engine that I can say really compares to it. And that's saying a lot. Ferrari, Bugatti, Lamborghini, I've ridden in 2 of those. This thing accelerates faster than that, and it costs such a fraction of the price. This thing accelerates faster than Nissan GTR. And I made a small video about the GTR. This thing accelerates faster than that. So this thing accelerates faster than most cars with launch control. That's how this thing is ridiculous. It's fast. It's really, really fast. And it has the potential to probably have laws imposed against electric vehicles, because the problem with electrical, well, not really a problem, but electric vehicles have what's called instant torque. The electric motor hits almost top peak RPM almost instantaneously. So the problem is it accelerates so ridiculously fast that it's easy to blow speed limits, not even realizing you're blowing speed limits. So that's worth thinking about. Phone button, obviously, connect your Bluetooth phone. Other than that, cabin is pretty minimalistic, very simple shifter knobs and everything. It's easy to learn. There's really not much I can. There's really not much I could really other than that I can really say about it. It's if you've had a P85, like you see the moonroof's nice. If you've had a P85 before, then you'd probably already seen this car. But it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful.
This is the platform for the Model S and the Model X. When I realized just how intelligently designed this vehicle was, I knew it was going to do way better than the Fisker Karma. I invested $5,000 into Tesla shares back when it was below $30 per share. And so far my stock's doing very well. I was really hoping to see it hit 300. But as you can see, this platform is extremely awesome. You can put any design on it you want.
Okay, so this is what it's like to be a passenger in the S.
Insane mode.
So what does insane mode do?
I'll show you.
Okay.
But when we do that, I would ask that you make sure to give me a heads up.
Give you a heads up?
Yeah, because you're gonna want to use the headrest on that. Okay.
The headrest?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're gonna want to put your head back first.
You're gonna want to put your head back?
Yeah. Yeah. So the orange is the when you're using power. When it drops into green, that's when the power is being returned to the battery. Mm-hmm. And then the blue is your that's your speedometer, and then the digital speedometer is
right. When it's red, that means you're using electricity. And
orange is using, green is returning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So off we go.
Insane mode. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it is. You're familiar with the specs on this car, right?
Well, I heard it's fast. You told me it was the fastest.
Yeah.
Up until now, I'd only heard the Hellcat's the fastest. But
yeah,
okay.
No, this is faster than the Hellcat.
Okay. Faster than the Hellcat.
Yeah. The difference is torque.
Mm-hmm.
There's an online debate about whether this car is faster than the Bugatti Veyron to 30.
Well, most people, like, when it comes to the Veyron, a lot of people are saying, like, the Hennessy GT is faster, but the thing about it is that's a tuner car, so it's not production, for one. Right. And then on top of that, the Veyron will go longer on those tires. You know, like, you can make any car accelerate faster up until a point, but can it stay at that level without destroying itself, you know?
Right, exactly.
But this car is limited to what?
155.
155, okay.
Which is typically what you have for the German Autobahn cruisers. where it's sensing everything.
Oh, okay. So green, yellow, red. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's very cool. I like that.
And it's giving you actual inches.
Oh wow, it tells you the inches too.
Exactly.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
And they've got the valet parking.
Insane mode. This is, that's deep. I'm really surprised they named it that. I'm surprised they didn't call it like
Here we
Super
go.
Sport or something. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's nice.
That's 65 miles an hour.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of power. All I did was controls,
Okay.
sport to insane.
Okay, so you just
That's
moved. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, let me just see anybody behind us. Yeah, let's
There's
let
one
those
guy.
guys by.
2 guys.
3 of them.
That's the S class. No, that's a. Oh,
Yeah.
No, I think that's
So what we're
ours.
going to do is we're going to pull to the left a little bit.
Okay.
So we're in the lane, and then come to a complete stop again. So you want to make sure that the
Okay. There's a red car.
wait, there's a car
Okay, yeah,
coming.
there is a guy. There's a Lexus.
Yeah. So now come to a complete stop.
Okay.
Now that you're in lane.
Does it tell you have to come to a complete stop, or
No,
is
it's
that
just
for us?
doing it.
There's a guy behind me.
Okay.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. It kind of feels like the sport mode, but not. The different sound, I guess. What is that? It's just
That's
using
the
power quicker.
Yeah, that's the.
Do they tell you you're supposed to use the car regularly in sport mode or not in
Yeah.
insane mode?
Yeah, I mean, typically what you're doing is I mean, if you hit it again, the nice thing is that you have that power at all times. So if you hit insane again, it'll move you that quick, regardless of where you are, because there's no torque curve, right? It's a flat torque curve.
Yeah, this really does feel good. It really does. I like that. I like the all-wheel driveness of it. It really feels good.
And you can order this with snow tires for either the 21s or the 19s. Based on where we live, we recommend the 19s.
Wow.
Just for the potholes.
Wow, that is sick.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that is feels nice and smooth. I like that.
There you go.
So that was a Model S P85D. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm going to be getting lots and lots of comments from everybody. I really would consider buying one of these things. You know, before I talked about it, and I really like this car. I love what America's doing. I really love what Tesla's doing, especially with my stock options. And they're making me very happy as a company. And I believe in this company, and you should too. It's a gorgeous, beautiful car. I love it. And they've made so many improvements with it that everybody should love it, especially if you're an American car lover.